Hello, hi, how are you guys doing? It's a bit dark in here because it's, again, a bit of a rainy day today, so a wee bit dark. But here doing the crafty crafts and, alright. Also I have my tea, which is why I was like a minute or two over what I normally would be. Also I think, yeah, this is the way it is. It's blocking my face a little bit. Which means I'll need to fiddle with that. Oh, let's get this pattern that I'm doing right here. Alright. Save that, so we're good there. And... alright. It should be pretty much all set, but how are you guys doing? How goes your Thursday? Be with my tea. Which I normally don't leave on here for the risk of potentially this thing coming down and then, you know, tea going everywhere. But I have the light up there, so only space for tea currently is right here on makeshift table, so I'm gonna be very careful and hope nothing comes down. But gist of today, as we wait for next round, because everyone has been sorted onto teams in Sock Madness, which apparently this year they apparently decided to go with naming them after composers, which was pretty interesting. Teen Yurio this year, which I have never heard of a composer by the name of Yurio. Did after a quick Google search, apparently an Italian composer during the Baroque period, so 16 to 1700s for him. So actually lived a decently long life, lived till about his 70s, so pretty cool. But yeah, so I guess with team set, I am suspecting that probably next pattern will be here by sometime this weekend, more than likely. Which, that's pretty much what I was suspecting to begin with, so that pretty much tracks. So, with that. And today I finally get to play around with the yarn I got the other day. Gotten some no cotton yarn for shop stuff, which let me go down here to the face cam. Oh, that's slightly it actually might be slightly brighter than what it actually is. It's a bright green, but it's not that bright green. Fill around with camera settings. Give me a sec, but yeah, it's Lion Brand 24/7. Which, let me turn down the gain a little bit. So that's not shining off of there too badly. 24/7 cotton yarn. Which I used to have cottonies, which I have like a ball of, but that's discontinued by the looks of it. So that's a thing. Alright, so we have that. Oh, okay, now that it looks a little dark actually. Maybe I'll turn, yeah, it's the brightness that was causing that to look such a high yellow. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, so I'll leave that there for now so I can adjust. Yeah, this morning I was looking, I had a pattern I have saved on Pinterest, which the pattern was actually there. I had to search for it in the link, but it was there. Which, this is like a hexagon coaster, so I was just like, let me try that. So I am thinking about maybe having some coasters in the shop to use for the cotton yarn, given I've gotten rid of the face scrubbies. Also, is that? Yes, that is. I don't know if I stop knocking that over with my feet. I need to stop doing that. But yeah, texturally, this is pretty much the same as Dishy. Like, it doesn't feel too different, although this is mercerized cotton, which I don't believe Dishy is mercerized. Which, I meant to go look that up, what mercerized cotton is, but I'm guessing that's like some form of the way they finish the fiber. But in general, basically, they purport to be like strong and durable and fade resistant and all that jazz. So we'll see how that goes. I have 3 colors of it. There's this is lime, which again, color might be slightly off, but it is a bright green. Oh, I forgot I put my yarn needles that I was using in there. Okay. Lime, what is it? Pink lemonade? Yeah, pink lemonade, light green, and amber. I just picked like 3 colors at random that I didn't have in the other stuff. I know Dishy doesn't have like this stupidly bright green. Which I'm using a size 7 because I started this on a size 8 crochet hook, and basically it looked a little too gappy to my liking, so I went down a hook size. And it seems to go better, although you definitely see, if you're looking for it, noticeable seam like right in here. About where I start. Which if you flip, yeah. Actually not so bad this way if you flip it this way. I guess this would probably be the better size. But yeah, I've been looking at stuff to possibly do with the cotton yarn. Which, this is a free pattern, so if you want to check it out, you can do !pattern. I put it into the pattern command, so in case anybody wants to use it. Certainly available to them. Which I don't think they had recommended a hook size. Let me double check. Blah 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 blah, placement, character, blah blah blah. Which there's also a video tutorial if, you know, the actual pattern isn't working for you. Which, the pattern's actually only 4 rounds. Which I sent you directly there rather than having to go through the looking through the other bit. But it's very cute. I like the look of it. There we go. Oh, further I can go. Come on. There it is. Well, it's a little bit better. Bob! Hello. How goes? I am here with my tea. Doing a wee bit of crochet. How goes? You and your sunny day while we sit here in rain. Alright, so we have this, which... I went to a size 7. I wanted to see how that goes. Yeah, that actually works. Yeah, it would have been fine with the other if I did the one less round, but I'm fine with that. I like a little bit of space on my coasters. yeah, it started with this hook, but I hadn't liked it, how it was looking with it. So this actually does it a bit better. Girl number, hi! You can do exclamation point pattern and it will pop up. This is actually, I got this from Pinterest. I had to do a little bit of finding to look for it. Because it was on the page, but I literally had to look around to get the link, but it's direct. Where I have you is like directly where the pattern is. This is a hexagon, this is a coaster. I went a size larger, so like I did one more round on this than the pattern calls for. Which this has written out, and it also has a video, so although I haven't tried the video, so I don't know how that does. But yeah, I'm basically trying out some of this yarn. I remember when I was telling the other day, I was like, I kind of want to look for some new yarn. I got a couple of 24/7 cotton yarn. It was on sale, so about nearly the same yardage as Dishy for, like, on sale it was like, say, nearly, if not slightly less than what Dishy would cost. So I got this color, and this color. So I wanted to try some colors at random. Which, even if I hadn't gone, like, all the way around the extra time, as I demonstrated with my own tea thing, it would have easily fit the mug. But I like having space, so I figured the one extra time around should be fine. But yeah, decided I should try this today while I still have time, because we're all sorted into teams now. So it's probably gonna be like 2 or 3, I suspect like 2 or 3 days maybe, before the next round happens. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But how goes? Have you gotten to lunch yet? I've just been sent photos of myself as a— what? What? Explain. I have questions. I haven't gotten to— oh no. But it's almost what— well, you did end late, so fair. Well, I was like, you're still on and it's 12:30, okay. Yeah, it was chain 3. Do that, and then... but yeah, this is not terribly complex. I was actually working on it while I was watching you, and pretty much was almost done with it, since I'd gone around an extra round. I don't remember the photos being taken, but I couldn't see. Is this like a mascot costume? It's the only thing that would make real sense. Hey! How are you doing? How goes? Not bad. Rainy day here. Here with my tea, making some crochet coasters out of some new cotton yarn I'm trying. Yesterday I subjected myself to tax math for a bit, and also was working on email commission stuff. Yeah, this is a different yarn than what I usually use. Typically I use Dishy. Oh, yeah, I was thinking of that GIF where you had it in the Discord, and I was just like, yeah, that was pretty accurate of how I felt. I have... we left her some... evidently. Which around here, given how flat it is, that means immediately giant puddles outside, so it's just like, nah, I don't want it. So I'm just inside here. And once again, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Hence me wearing the green, partially. Which, I realize this and this kind of match, which that was not my intention. I've had this shirt for a very long time. Like, I've had this shirt since high school. That's how long ago I've had this shirt. This shirt is, I'd say, 11 or 12 years old now. Because I graduated high school 10 years ago, as of last year. So it's like, wager 12. Yeah, 12 if not 13 then. Jeez. Just how? Love I had to think about the math though. I was like, wait. But yeah, tax math is somewhat done. I just have to input all the stuff and deal with that. If I had done it earlier, I would have gotten a nice little discount off of my filing, like $40 off. But I was just like, nah, I don't wanna. Not the grind. Yeah, I was just like, wait, how long has it been again? Like, where is the time going? It's insane to think it's been that long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Also, in addition to this, I had seen a pattern for, like, some pot protectors. Also from Pinterest. I haven't tried that yet, but it's arguably kind of similar because it looks like the middle is like a hexagon sort of shape, and then except solid instead of like this with the little holes there. LARPing. Yeah, I was like, before I even said the L's, I was like, LARPing stuff. Yeah. That makes sense. I hope it was a fun time. Although a bird costume, depending on how well you did it, sounds very hot. Although I figure it's not like full-on mascot costume. So it wasn't that bad. Come on. Oh. Let's see. Which... Girl November, if you want the pattern, it's the second one. Come on, there we are. It's written out and it also has a video, so if you have trouble with the written out instructions, there's a video to follow along, but I personally haven't used the video yet, so I have no clue how well it is. But the written instructions for me have been fine, so should be alright. Regular attire, mask, helmet, scarves. I'm not my fellow rambler. Fair enough. As long as it works, really. Yeah, I figured like sets of 4 of these would be really nice for like, you know, a kitchen sort of thing. And these actually work up pretty quickly. Although, given the haul, I'm gonna probably have to need to raise my Etsy prices anyway because, you know, they're dumb and are raising their rates because they don't like people. Which I'm just like, guys, why? The helmet was paper mache project. Ah! Okay. That makes more sense. I figured you meant mask, you're fine. Typos exist. Come on. Get through here. There it is. I thought I'd done it wrong for a second, but we're fine. There we are. I have not undone the face scrubbies yet that I had in the shop, but I'm probably gonna try with some of those and see the difference. Ominous burb and not artsy. Ah, okay. That is certainly making all the more sense now. Come on. It does not feel like Thursday to me right now. It really does not. Although I think because of the whole it's raining, it's like it feels like it should be a nice weekend day. But it is not. Also, I was supposed to crochet right next to there. There it is. 1, 2, hey. There it is. And then get that up. Oh, so what was I complaining about? I think, yeah, Etsy raising their prices. Which is just kind of like, is this what we're doing? Two, 3. Same. It's like I don't want to go too high and scare people off, but at the same time, if I don't, I will lose even more profit, and it's just like, can we, you know, not do that? Alright, tea. Which this is the toffee tea that I had sitting around. This is the second time I had some. First time, I'm pretty sure the milk might have been going bad because it had a slight taste to it, and I was just like, this should not be tasting like this. The milk indeed was going bad, which was annoying. Obviously got rid of that and got some new milk. Because we had gotten like 2 1-gallons of them, so the first one, I figured just because, you know, it was open, it took a little bit to finish that one. Because pretty much, I'm like the main person that drinks like 1% milk in here. So pretty much it's mostly down to me to have it, so breakfast, tea, / coffee, and that's about it for what I have my milk in. So depending on, it takes a while, but if, you know, my mom's having coffee as well, plus the fact that I've cut down my coffee / tea intake to like a couple times a week, so like, you know, 3-4 times in a week at most. That's probably why it took a little bit longer. So yeah, that was a thing. But yeah, long story short, it took a little while, and then I was like, maybe the 2nd gallon will be fine. And it was not. And that's irksome because, you know, milk is not exactly the cheapest thing in the world here. Although, arguably nothing is cheap anymore, so really. Also, I'm out of frame a wee bit. I'm gonna move this a little bit back, because I'm, like, down here. So, let's actually get myself in frame, like I'm supposed to be. No, the thing is we had gotten them both at the same time. That's what I meant. The second one was downstairs, but they have the same, you know, sell-by date. And then, you know, basically, the second one, basically after a little bit, is like starting to taste bad, so we had to chuck that and basically get a new one. The new one's fine. It's just that the second one out of the 2 that we had gotten, because we took so long to get to it, is what went bad. If that makes better sense. Yeah, no, it's not new milk. If new milk had gone bad, I would be 0% happy. To put it mildly. Because pretty much the weekdays, all I have for breakfast is cereal. Because it's my I don't have to think about it thing. And there goes my tea, which it was starting to get lukewarm, so it is probably good I just finished that. Yeah, I knew I skipped one. Let's go back there. Yeah, it skipped this one right in front. Okay, we're fine. Just that one I missed. That's the one, well, not the one thing. I always say that every time. But it's certainly A+ compared to knitting. When you frog, you just like pull the one string and it's fine. You don't have to save like a bunch of live stitches. Compared to knitting, where it's just like, it's definitely more of an intense situation where you have to frog and fix something. Yep. The only downside is that, you know, crochet uses up a bit more yarn, but that's fine. You have like a thicker sort of thing. I do wonder how these would look with the multicolored yarn. It would look pretty nice, I think, if I use some of the multicolor, which I think I have a free skein of, well, not free, but a skein I haven't used yet of, what is it, Pebble? Yeah, it might be Pebble. But yeah, I've been slowly trying to make the crochet dish towels so I can get some pictures of those and put it on there. Because I put the corner to corner option on my dish towel list. So knit, cable, or the corner to corner option. for now. But I really might get rid of the cable option given, you know, that has barely sold anything. And that's only thanks to that recent order. So it's just like, maybe the crochet one will have better luck. I don't know. Still just pondering. Come on. There we go. Nope. I think that's better. Wait. I didn't do it. Are you fucking kidding me? I missed a chain 2 right here. Like, right there should have been a chain 2. Guess we get to go back. Whee! Through a whole entire row. So apparently I'm not paying attention. I did it the rest of the times. But just that one time I did not do it. Which is just like, why? I need to know why. Alright. Alright, that's better. So I get to do this roll over again. That's not gonna take me that long, so there are worse things. I do have to say, this doesn't feel like any softer to me, like for right now, although it's not terribly rough if I put it against my face or anything, so, But it does look like, I don't know if it's... I don't know if Cotton approves of them or whatever. They have the Cotton thing on here. I'm not entirely sure what that means. If they process it? Something like that? I'd probably have to look that up further. They might work with them. Maybe it's... I have no clue. It didn't say anything on that when I was looking on the Lion Brand website, because I got it directly from Lion Brand, and it definitely didn't say that, so... Which, by the way, I used your link for that. Because I figure you definitely get more hits via... What's its face? Nitpick / We Crochet. No problem! I figured since if I'm trying new yarn, might as well help you out at the same time too. Which, it got here pretty quick, but I think they were shipping from the city. Because there used to be a Lion Brand shop out in Manhattan at some point. Which I think they closed, but maybe they might still use it as, like, a place to distribute yarn, maybe? I could be wrong, but I swore they closed. It used to exist. So, yeah. Because based on where they tracked it from, maybe? I would have to double check the website. Just to be sure I have my information correct. How at regular price for one of these is $5, but given the yarn itself was on sale and then I could use like another 25% off, I got this for 40% off at the time. So I was just like, okay, that works. Alright, how are we doing on time? Alright, yeah, we still have a bit more time before break. I had not been paying attention to the clock at all because I'm more paying attention to my hands more than anything else. Whee! There it is. Alright. This time I did not forget a chain 2, so we are good. Do. There we go. And I think... Alright, that's better. And 2 more rounds left, because I'm doing it 2 instead of 1. Which I can arguably do like 2 different sizes, go with like the size with 1 less round as 1 size. And do this as like a separate size. And maybe have something like this for like, say if someone has like some shot glasses, I don't know. Or like, say if someone has like tiny plant things, because you could use it as a coaster or like a little thing for like a plant. If you want to put like some small plants on them. It's a thought. What are your plans for the rest of the day? For me, probably gonna be maybe hanging out with the boyfriend. Well, not even maybe, likely. Because apparently, I say apparently like I'm not the one who realized it first. Apparently it's our 1 year today. Somehow. Not sure how that happened. So that's gonna be a thing? Need some experimental stuff! Yeah, I was like... Thank you! Yardo! Hi! How goes? How is your Thursday going along? Which... I forgot, are you doing Sock Madness? It escapes me right this second. If so, have you seen what team you're on? Oh wait, you can't. Yeah, okay. Because I know at least a couple of people. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened. That really sucks, though. But yeah, it's really weird that it's like, nope. Don't know who you are. No one has... Yeah... Normally I'd be like, but they're a small company, but it's like, I'm not exactly one to go to bat for Ravelry nowadays, thanks to the whole, accessibility issues that have happened in the past year, so I'm just like, certainly not as inclined. But yeah, we're in between rounds because I finished my socks on Monday. Oh, yeah. That would lose some people in the shuffle, especially if, you know, you haven't been active for a while. So it might just been like, I guess they're not coming back. Plunk. At least that's my presumption. Yeah, I'm sorry. That really does suck. I hope that wasn't a ton of information and or potential patterns you got. Yikes. Well, unless they tell you something, I'm not sure what terribly else you can do. Yeah, that's why I was asking you the other time if you had the receipts to be able to see like which email you have connected to that Ravelry account to see if you can get that to do the thing. But if, you know, they decided to, like, you know, jettison your account for whatever the reason, yeah, I'm not sure what else you can do. Although you could probably, like, maybe message the people whose patterns you bought and be like, you know, haven't been around. And maybe they'll, like, credit you, because it's like, you have the emails to say, hey, I bought your pattern, you know, not trying to gyp you and get some free patterns or anything, but other than that, yeah, the actual full-on account itself, there, yeah, okay, that's good at least. At least you have them. But I imagine any, like, say, if you did some, like, projects, that's pretty much, unless you have it backed up somewhere, that's pretty much lost to you, unfortunately. Which, that seriously has to suck. Come on. Do. That's completely fair. Which, speaking of Pinterest, to mildly segue, I actually got this coaster pattern from Pinterest, which I know Pinterest can be an absolute nightmare to find if you like something to find the actual pattern. This is one of the few times that I could find the pattern easily. So that was a thing, which I'm using today as an opportunity, because between rounds and all that, to do some stuff with some new cotton yarn. Yeah. I can certainly agree with you on that. Alright, how are we doing? Yeah, I should be about done with this one by the time I hit up break. Which, even having to frog back almost the entirety of a round, this actually works up pretty quickly, which is really good. So in case, you know, I mess up somewhere, I'm certainly more inclined to not to have to worry about how long it takes. Nice. I have some knit scrubbies in the shop. Well, actually, no. They're actually all crochet. I take that back. I take that back. Right now, they're all crochet. Although nothing too fancy, although I'm wondering if I could use this pattern to have basically the Scrubbies be this hexagon shape as like another option. Because that would be cool. Because that would be like, you know, palm of your hand sort of thing. I tend not to do the circles. I don't know, I like the squares more than like circles, really, when it comes to crocheting stuff. But I think that's in part because sometimes crocheting the round, I tend to not be the best at, you know, keeping the seam straight, which I crocheted before I learned how to knit. Nice. And super, yeah. You need the abrasiveness of a rough yarn in order to make sure it actually scrubs. Ooh, nice. Also, I'm glad I finished my tea, so I no longer have to worry about dumping tea on the ground in case this falls, because makeshift desk, I have certainly had a couple of situations where I've had this thing decide, I'm just gonna slide off here, because, you know, I can, and everything has just fallen to the ground. Ugh. No worries. Yeah, that's why I was like, let me quickly finish this tea before I have to worry about that. And no worries, definitely grab some food. Lunch is important. And I shall be here. Yay, get some tea. And definitely feel free to tell us what kind of tea. Jane! Hello. I saw you in Girl Novembers earlier. I was definitely lurking because I was looking at this stuff and lurking in chat. So I saw how it goes with the cat. I'm sorry Cat's not taking the being in a cast well. Hopefully everything is fine. But other than that, hopefully everything is well. Yeah, no, I long since submitted my socks. Monday morning, I finished them. Although I had to shorten them a little bit. Although I think it was more of I was dumb. I should have knit these on my size 1s rather than my size 2s, but when I saw color work, I immediately went, hey, I'll just knit these on 2s. And basically, right after I submitted them, because they were a little bit too long for my foot, I basically was just like, yeah. I took off the little bit of chart B and then changed the toe a little bit. And it fits a little bit better, but yeah, I definitely, if I make these out of shorties, probably will knit them on size 1s. But I do like the pattern. Very much love the pattern. Gonna give me a, oh no, and the lack of vets, yeah. Yeah, no, that's the thing with Sock Madness. After I finish a sock, they immediately go on my feet. They immediately go on my feet, I will tell you that right now. Every time. In part because it helps block them out, B, because it gives the other socks I have in my giant basket of socks here a break. Yeah, I really am sorry that is a thing. That they kind of want to gouge your eyes out just to, you know, do the bare minimum. Because that is absolute crap. But given they kind of want to do the same with people, I'm not exactly surprised either. To... Hold on. Let me give you a permit. And I will also double check if you're a regular or not. Because I'll probably just make you a regular so you don't have to worry about the bot eating you. Yeah. Go for it. You have 2 minutes, but you easily should be able to post the links. Wow, I love the bot's like, hey, this is the time to put your Linktree link in here. But... But yeah, that's my thing of all my places I am. So like, say, Etsy, Instagrams, which art and the knitting, crafting stuff, plus the website and YouTube and such things. So if you want to check me out in other places that is not here, that is the place to go and find all the links. And okay, let's alter that. So we will make you a regular. So you are free to post the links without the bot eating you, because I have it set so you have to be a regular or a sub for that. So you're good. Yeah. Ugh. It's just absolutely insane. I mean, in part, I may be saying, you know, given everything's going up, they might be, like, having their prices according to that, but honestly, even when things were not hell in a handbasket, their prices were bad, based on what I know, so... yeah. Don't see what the point is. Alright, we were getting there. I know I like should be taking a break, but I'll probably just quickly finish this last round here and then go take my break. Aww. New baby kittens! Always one of the cutest things. I do not have. Working on some cotton coasters right now. I got the pattern off of Pinterest of all places, because I had this sitting in what's its face? In like pattern inspiration stuff, because I have like a bunch of stuff chucked in there, and I was just like, let me just use some of this cotton yarn that I have here, because I'm using not Dishy. This is Lion Brand 24/7 cotton yarn that I wanted to try. I got it in 3 colors. The stupidly bright green, amber, and the slight pink here. Which, if you want the pattern, this is a free pattern. You can do ! pattern, and you'll get a link directly there. Which I think I might put these in the shop, because A, these go pretty quickly, and I could, like, make, you know, sets of these. And see how it goes. While they... Oh, wow. To help out with all the medical stuff and things, like the basics. Do. But yeah, that definitely does a lot. Did I see? I think I saw that when you said that before. Also... Nope, why did I do that? I already put that there, so I shouldn't have needed another one. Patchwork! Hi! How have you been? I saw you've been doing gaming lately. How are you and how are things? I appreciate the lurk. Do. Come on. Yeah. I have not seen the prices of cat formula. But I can certainly imagine it is not, you know, cheap. Had a major flood. Oh, jeez. And boats. Oh. But yeah, jeez. Boats. That has to be insane. You gotta go boat over to a place because it got flooded out that badly. Come on, come on. There we are. Oh, the powdered. Leisha! Hello, all the people coming in. How goes? Not bad. Finished up my tea, trying out some new cotton yarn as I make these little hexagon coasters. Yeah, pretty much going well so far. How are you? Hope everything's going well. It's a bit dark in here because it's rainy and overcast. Like, it's scheduled to rain all day today, so it's pretty dark out there. So far, I definitely find it similar to, Dishy, although definitely this is, like, feels a bit more sturdier. Because you can definitely see, like, the singles are, like, they twist the singles. I'm guessing it might be the whatever process they use. But I definitely like it so far. Diesel. Jesus. That Carol. Aww. It's sad. But yeah, I got 3 different colors to try out here. But I got last week Monday? Yeah, it was last week Monday. I started doing one of those corner-to-corner dish towels. And then I was like, wait, I could do this instead. So I'm trying this and see how I feel. And might grab some Dishy and do one in comparison for that. Come on. There we are. I argue this is definitely smooth, although if you run your hands over it, you can definitely, at least based on with this, feel a little bit of texture. But yeah, if you felt Dishy yarn, it's not like, say, not as rough as Dishy, maybe? Which Dishy is like middle of the pack in roughness, so this might be actually slightly less rough in comparison, I'd say. Because this is mercerized cotton compared to Dishy, which is not mercerized based on what I know. Because on the packaging, it does not say it's mercerized. So I imagine that might... I knew it. Okay, so that means between now and Saturday, Which sock is it? Let me go see what these specs are. It's the... Why is it a beaded sock? Why? 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 Who the hell told him to do a beaded sock? As you can see, I'm completely thrilled. Okay, one color. That's alright. I can deal with one color. Although, if it's anything like all the bees, I'll probably scream. I'll be real honest with you. I will probably scream. A lot. I'll be real honest with ya. 30 beads, so 20, okay, yeah, that isn't terrible. So, like, probably something in, like, either in the top half, or, like, say, what is it, the Sakura Zenbun, where you just had to put them in the middle of each design we had to do, so I say something like that. Alright, let's see, where are we? Yeah, I know the teams are there. Okay, next page. Alright, 100 grams, solid tonal or gradients work best. Striped or light variegated speckle may work. Alright, so, okay, there's a size small, size medium, and I'm guessing there's a large. And more than likely, they will probably have a large, but more than likely they'll probably make it like you have to be at least a medium. That's usually how they work. Yeah, I have a bunch of colors for beads. I'm not worried about that. Chatty, hello. Sorry, they just released these specs for the next pattern for Sock Madness, and it's a beaded sock. I don't want to do a beaded sock. So yeah. Alright, also, second coaster done. Alright, so I'm definitely staying size consistent, so that's good. So with that, fun bit of annoyance, it depends, actually. Do I have, where is it? But like beaded in the sense of like tiny beads like this, which these are, I believe, what are these? No, these are 8. I think these are 12/0 beads. Or 11/0 beads that I have here. Which, this is the All the Bees sock, which, anybody knows the story of these. Let's just say, this one and I, had a time. Although it was mostly my fault because I missed part of the chart right in here. Okay, that didn't come up. It doesn't want to do that sometimes. I don't know why. Sometimes it doesn't want to work. It's weird. Yeah. It's like they're really tiny. It's not like, say, like the beads that one would put in your hair. So they're nothing that would be uncomfortable. Unless, like, you have, like, very sensitive feet/legs, so nothing too bad. Oh my, welp! Awkwardest Panda, hello, hi! Apparently I can't leave. Thank you for the raid. Some of you guys might be in ad purgatory, so I will just wait a minute, but hopefully you guys are doing well. That is quite the party, hello! How is your stream, and how goes? No, I actually was gonna take a break, because I was chatting around here. But yeah, I've only been on for about a little over an hour, so no, I'm not leaving anytime soon. Just break timing on my part. So I guess while I'm sitting here, I might just start the third one, but I won't go too long. No worries, just want to at least, you know, chat a little bit with you guys before I disappear, because it feels rude for to get raided and then just disappear. Finish up dice bag. Ooh, giveaway. Yeah, I know you've been doing stuff for Ukraine. I've peeked in your stream once or twice and lurked in there a little bit, which has been absolutely lovable. Well, lovely and wonderful. I just meshed two words together. Cool. Yeah, time change. Which I've been noting that in the Discord because Discord is dumb. Yes, Girl of Armor, thank you for the shout out. Awkwardish Panda also does crochet. Based on what I've seen when I lurked in there, very wonderful stream. Nice chill place to hang out in. Thank you guys for the follows. Lily, yeah, Lily42, Streamaker72, and it's Aqui, which if I say that right, please feel free to correct me if I'm not. I find like you are fine. The fact you show up when you can is totally fine. You know, here is like typically like chill. So usually you're not required to do much, so it's fine. But yeah, I am so glad you're doing stuff for charity. That sounds like fun. Also, I have not made, well, a crochet dice bag. But yeah, what I am up to today is currently I'm trying out some Lion Brand 24/7 cotton yarn, which, yes, this is stupid bright. This is actually pretty close to the color. Might be a little bit lighter than what it looks like in person, but yeah, close enough. But yeah, typically I use Dishy yarn, but I wanted to try a different yarn and see how I feel about it. Currently making some hexagon coasters. Also, apparently, we got the specs for the Sock Madness socks because we're in between rounds currently. Thank you for the host, Kildar. Which I can see hosts, just to note, you guys, because we have a little workaround thanks to one of DeviCat's mods, Razu, who created a little workaround for that because Twitch decided that wasn't cool. Chatty, thank you for the host. And trying, yeah, so far I like it. I got it because it was on sale. I managed to get 40% off, so this basically worked out to be about just a little bit less than what Dishy cost, and it's like, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 yards less than Dishy, so pretty much same range in the amount of yarn. So that's a thing. But yeah, so far I like it. This is mercerized cotton. Dishy's yarn is not mercerized cotton, to my knowledge. So, not. Thank you anyway. I appreciate you. And sorry your stream didn't go well this morning. Cerulean Riot, thank you for the host. Hope you're well. Alright, let me just at least put this around. Which is my, yeah, I've never used mercerized cotton before because I don't use terribly much cotton. Pretty much the only thing I use them for is, like, say, my dish towels and stuff in my Etsy shop. And my scrubbies, I should say. So, yeah, do not have a ton of experience with using cotton. But I say I definitely like this. So far. Yeah, it's definitely not rough on the hands, so arguably it might not dry your hands out like some cotton does after working with it for a while, so that works. Oh wow. How big of a blanket are we talking? And I don't usually make blankets a lot because blankets are a lot of work. Okay. Queen. Oh god. It'll take... Yeah. Yeah, I knit a queen-sized blanket. That was the first time I ever knit a blanket. It was the... What's its face? The 10-stitch blanket. The square one. And I was just like, I'm never doing this again. Okay. So I only crochet and I just do the corner to corner. So yeah. Blankets are a rarity for me. Because they just take a very long time. Jogging star socks. So crop top. Ooh. And that is completely fair. Socks can be a lot, but you will get there sooner or later. Which, you can try doing the socks either toe up or cuff down. Because those are two different ways you can start them, whichever one works for you. But typically enough patterns are cuff down. New bold one, thank you for the follow! Also, I was trying to read that name before I got... Can I just call you Maya because I'm having a time? Thank you for the follow. Higgs, thank you for the follow! Also, once I finish this little beginning hexagon here, I am gonna have to take a break. Because it's an hour and 20 minutes in. I tend to take a break every hour. Because my body will hate me if I don't remember to take a break. Because half the time I hunch and it's just like... either my neck or my back will very much file complaints if I don't get up and stretch. And so on. Done cuff down so far I'm getting ladders even though I've pulled on the second stitch. Thank you! Yeah, Sean the sheep is very much, a good chunk of the alerts because, you know, sheeps. Plus my emotes are sheep, so it works! How are you and how is your Thursday? Also, yeah, I should just take my break. I'm just gonna keep talking and then crafting and then it's gonna be like, I never take my break. I love... That is fitting, yes. Alright, so... all of you guys hang out here, especially everybody who came in the raid, thank you very much. I will be back in about 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I exist again. Oh, that's the spinning one. Whoops, wrong screen. Hope you guys had fun. I love you said that like you paid for it. Oh, so I'm gonna check and see if this thing for the stream weather is working. So I'm gonna refresh. It should be fine, but I just want to double check because the sunshine one sometimes does not show up like it's supposed to. So let me just test that here. Okay, I heard the chirping sound, but I don't think I saw the light, but I might have just missed it. Yeah, it's fine. Anyhow, welcome back everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed the break. That took a little bit longer than I expected because I had to go and do a quick thing. But we are all good here. Have some water. Made sure to actually have water because I have a giant water bottle. And now my watch is vibrating at me. Thank you to who favorited the shop. I appreciate you. Yeah, I sometimes forget, but I'm usually good at having the bottle because I have giant water bottle hanging out here, which I usually like fill it like at least 3/4 of the way. Ooh, pizza! Pizza sounds good. Oh yes, I realized I didn't do my usual introduction before I wandered off, but for anybody who is new here or does not know me, I'm Serena, variety caster of way too many things. Those things usually include knitting, which you'll be seeing a lot of for a bit because I'm participating in Sock Madness, which is a yearly sock knitting competition. And as I was so complaining about, we have a beaded sock for this next round, so that'll be a thing. But we'll be fine. Anyway, so knitting, crocheting, as you can see, weaving on the rare occasion, spinning, chainmail, digital, traditional art, and sometimes games, which we were playing the other day. So if you happen to enjoy any of that, and some usually chill vibes, totally feel free to hang out here with us. currently working on some crochet coasters out of some new yarn that I'm trying out here. Yeah, it's weird. You're on that end and I'm on the other end. Like, you're on B and I'm on U. It's like, okay. And I don't think I glanced at the team list and I don't think I recognize any names, but as usual, I have a good mesh of like US and European-based team members based on, you know, who has said anything. Which is usually nice. But yeah, as I was saying, speeding sock competition in which 2 weeks or less someone has to make a full pair of socks according to the pattern. You cannot modify the pattern in any way, shape, or form. Or you do not move on to the next round. And basically, you know, the further on you progress, the less spots there will be for each round. So basically, less spots as we go along until, you know, eventually they get to the final 4 people. Because it's like, how many teams are there this year? Because they had to make a bunch of teams the last year because so many people joined up and made it through. So that's a thing. So yeah, I have no clue how many teams there are, but probably a good chunk of them. You usually don't make it terribly far, which I'm fine. You learn new things and get to say you made some nice socks. Also get free patterns after a while after, you know, you get knocked out of the competition, so that's also cool. Because I have like at least 1 or 2 pairs of socks from previous years I want to make at some point. Like, there are the Echo socks that I want to make. I've been wanting to make for a while, and I really do need to get to them at some point. You will see. It's some nice color work. Because I am a sucker for color work. Also for cables. 48 for... Wow. Well, actually, no. Last year, there was like a lot more people per team at times, so... But yeah, that's a good chunk of teams. But definitely less than last year. Because last year, it was ridiculous. I think, what, 1,400 people last year total? If I'm not mistaken, something like that. It was insane. But yeah, I really hope I didn't end up on a fast team. Although, arguably at the same time, I wouldn't mind being knocked out early. Because that'll mean I'll get to do other stuff, like the sweater that currently sits over there. Although that's basically my knit and chill activity, because that's... I'm on the body of the sweater, which is basically just knit around forever in a circle. So nothing intense there. Nope, don't do that. But yeah, it's somewhat more close to the typical amount of people that participate in Sock Madness on a yearly basis. When we first get into teams. Come on. Come on. This one's a little bit tangled. The other two have not really had yarn rough, but I should have taken my time to pull out the end of this, and I did not, so should be fine though. It's not like a huge bit of yarn barf. So it'll eventually get to be untangled. Which, if anybody is curious... Of course you use that, because you know I am not fond of snow. But this is digital snow, so I don't mind as much. Also, I hope you enjoy using that. Indeed Snow. We have a couple of these, which... I think with the weather stuff, I think I put it that basically you don't have to worry about being in the queue, so the points should leave your side automatically. Because it's something that can automatically happen. Alright. Yeah. Cool. Because there's a few things in there that automatically happen, which is basically just the weather stuff. Also the getting rid of points if you don't want to use your points or have too many of them and want to just chuck some of the channel points away. So that's a thing. Which I want to add one or two more things in there, I think. But we'll see how that goes. So what is everybody else up to today? Basically, this has been my morning. That plus sketching an emote idea, which, girl, November, during the stream, you reminded me. I was like, oh, I have that idea. I should just sketch that a little bit. It was a rough sketch. I will probably poke at it when I have time. Which, that'll not be anytime soon. Ugh. What is time? Trying to catch up on my... Yeah, I saw you had to cancel your stream the other day for that. Because you have all the stuffs you needed to get done. Which that is completely fair. Okay, why are we like this? Fair, I do want to add more emails since I have a couple of empty slots, so it's just like, what should I put? Knitting, yes. I know you are. Staving off sleep and drifting between many streams. Get some sleep if you need sleep. Although, I'm guessing you're trying to not screw up your typical sleep schedule, so that is fair. Because it's before 7 for you, because we're a little bit closer in time because daylight savings time, which, hilariously, the Senate has decided to yeet daylight savings time, apparently. Which is just like... So, you all came together quickly on that. Yet, not with a bunch of other things. Okay. Cool. Literally saying this is a boyfriend last night. But yeah, it's like, so you can't come together on anything else, but it's like, since you all had to deal with this crap like the rest of us, you decided to get rid of it? Okay. I've tried to avoid talking the politics, but it's just like, wow. It's just astounding. And completely fair on the sleep schedule. Come on. Booksmarsicle, hello, hello. Yeah, pretty much. How are you and how is your Thursday? Now I'm happier. Yeah. I was just like, if I keep going with this, I will likely be talking about things. I'm trying to avoid talking about right now, because I'm trying to keep things chill here. And that'll be very unchill if we go that way. Come on. Alright, let's pull this through a little bit more so I can get that squished through. Yay! I'm glad you're doing well. I had a hard time getting up this morning just because, given it's rain all day, it was dark. Dark outside. Still is dark. So it was just like, no sunlight coming through. Oh, it's 2-ply. I always forget because it's a bit more sturdier compared to the Stroll. I think that's why they don't use as much twist to it. I think. But it's not bad. Also, what color? The kettle dye is pretty. I've had Poseidon, but I haven't tried any of the other colors from there. They have some really pretty colors. But the only thing is I wish they had the same amount of yardage Stroll has, but like their tonal. Yeah, I was about to say Serpent. That's the green one. It's a really stunning green. Compass is also pretty, which that's the yellow. It's basically like, what is it, Poppy Fields, except a bit stronger. Not terribly strong, because yellow is not my personal favorite of a color, but it's within that same range of Poppy Field. So it looks pretty nice. Alright, there we go. Ta-da! I just wanted to untangle that, so I wouldn't have to untangle as I go. So now we have that covered. Let's continue on. This hexagon. Ooh! Nice! I'll have to look up what that color is again, because that one I'm running a blank, but I do recall it being pretty, so I am just going to, let's see, we crochet, which I could easily go to Knit Picks because it's the same thing. They both have the same inventory when it comes to yarn, so that I'm pretty much good with. Oh, let's see, Hawthorne, which I cannot see the chat at the moment, so I shall quickly do this and then get back here. I think the kettle dye. Ah, that color. Yeah, that is a pretty cool. Yeah, it's like a bunch of different purples. Goddess is the same, but I think Goddess is definitely more... less pink to it. But yeah, either way, they are really stunning colors. Yeah. Yeah, I really would like to be able to buy more Hawthorne, but given that's their more expensive yarn, I can usually only get, like, say, one at a time. And the last one I got, which is Sylvina, I only grabbed that because it was on sale, so it was like $9 instead of the usual 13, so that worked well in my favor. Which I hadn't tried Sylvina before either, so that worked for me, which for anybody wondering what that looks like, that's the socks I showed you earlier, which I can take that off my foot and show you again. It's this right here, which it's like a sunset thing, although the camera's, because I have this here, it's going to be a little more blown out. It's actually a little less dark as this. Yeah, let me go. Base camera is a lot more accurate right now. Yeah. Yeah, Goddess is definitely a less pink to it in comparison. Yeah, they're both really pretty though. So, next time if I get a gift card, that'll probably be what I potentially get, maybe. I typically get one of those on my birthday, so that'll certainly be a thing to look out for. But yeah, Hawthorne has some really gorgeous colors, which I have not used. Let's see, there's the kettle dye. The speckled, I think, is the only one I've not used any of theirs. Let's see. There's Alberta Arts in their multicolor that I actually do want to grab at some point, but I've used Hayden. Oh yeah, Sylvina is also a multi. But yeah, so I'm guessing it's the tonals and the... Yeah, the tonals and the speckled colors, which I'm very particular about speckled just because I don't like any speckled with a white background, because given how I wear my socks a lot, as you can see, especially in the colder months, it makes me very less inclined to have a color that could potentially get noticeably dirty quickly. So I very much prefer, if you're gonna have a speckled, have like a colored background. So they actually have a few of them with a colored background, so at some point I might see about that, because I have the speckled space sock pattern that I do want to get to eventually. It's a Ravelry pattern, unfortunately. I'm not sure if it's available to be obtained elsewhere. Last time I was looking at that pattern, I don't think it is, but it's a really nice toe-up pattern. Because I tend to not do toe-up socks terribly often, but I do enjoy doing them. Because toe-up socks are nice. Because you get to try on the sock the entire way, compared to a cuff down sock where basically you have to wait till you get past the heel to be able to try them on with any sense of accuracy on how they'll fit. Also, North Star. I did not see that one. Is it kettle dye? Might be kettle dye. Fawn. Volcano. Oh, they have... Ah, that's their new color. Okay. Yeah, I have not seen this one. I wasn't paying attention. I don't think they've had a new color in a while, so that's interesting they're adding one. Yeah. Yeah, I just saw it. I was like, oh, okay. Because my face is like far enough from the screen, because seeing far away is a thing. Sarah Dawn, hello! How you doing? How goes Thursday? Hope all is good. It's a rainy day over here. I'm crocheting some hexagon coasters. I got this free pattern from Pinterest, of all places. So if you want the pattern, you can do ! pattern and you will get a link directly to there. Also, anyone who is unaware, my schedule typically is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 1 to 4 p.m., which anyone who is European or, has not changed over to daylight savings time as of yet. I know that doesn't happen for the rest of the world who hasn't changed it over till the 27th, so it's going to be a time for the next week or so. So basically, think an hour earlier, so than what you're used to seeing me on your end. Which I need to change that to Eastern Standard because we're in Standard now. Which I also need to change that on the panels. Because I think I have it in regular Eastern instead of Eastern Standard. Because I want to avoid anyone getting confused. "29th? I swore it was the 27th. Because I know a bunch of people have been saying their change is like the 27th, which typically it's like 2 weeks of chaos between our time change and your guys' time change. Which, hold on. It's like math. It was the 13th. For your first team. Ah, okay. The 27th is a Sunday. Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure I had the right day is all. Yay. Wait. Yay! Cats are gonna get to have an outside adventure. Nice. And 15, that's about 3220. So I'd say about 45, 50 Fahrenheit. About 50. If memory serves. Let's see. F, but yeah, I wager about 50. I know there's a formula, but I ain't doing that. Oh, 59, actually. Closer to 60. That's really good. Alright. I really wish the weather, speaking of, they show both Celsius and Fahrenheit. Because America is, like, pretty much the only one that just does Fahrenheit. That I personally know of. And I feel like pretty much all the other countries are just, like, Celsius, man. But we gotta be the special ones here that do the Fahrenheit. Thus making it very confusing when you go anywhere. And it's like, what is this? Which, even knowing about it, seeing it on the news, which, when I went over to England almost 4 years ago, yay. As of, like, this December. I remember watching the news one of those evenings, and they were just, like, talking about the weather, and it's like, it's gonna be 10 here, and then 7 over there, and I'm just like, wait, oh, yeah, that's Celsius, never mind. Confusion. Yeah. 212 is boiling, which is 100 in Celsius. Yeah, those points I remember, it's just the in-between that makes my brain go, what was this again? But knowing enough not US people via Twitch and all that, it helps a little bit, so I have some idea of, you know, the temperature, but it's like if I want a specific number, sometimes I'll need to look. Also, my throat's getting dry. I think it's because the I'm talking a mile a minute thing, as I want to do. So, let me just finish this section of the hexagon. And then I will have myself some water. Yeah. It's like, this is somewhere in there. That's close enough. But yeah, we have one more round after this, and then we'll be done at least doing these in this color. Which I brought my little thing of Dishy over here, so I could try the pattern in the Dishy yarn and see how it compares in the thickness and size, which the yarn is arguably similar in thickness based on like what I've seen comparing like the yarn next to each other, so I think they should be fine, like, comparison to each other of, like, what it looks like. No worries. Yeah, I figured once the balcony window was open, that'll require you supervising them to make sure they did not go on too crazy of an adventure. Enjoy your lark, and thank you for hanging out here. I appreciate you. Come on. Never. You'll eventually crash at some point. You'll eventually crash at some point, I promise you. Nobschan! Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, and hopefully you're having a good Thursday so far. Hope all is good. Ah. Oh, foxes. No worries. Thank you for hanging out with me, even for a bit. I appreciate it, and good luck with the adulting. I will see you in Discord somewhere. Hopefully the rest of your day goes well. You're welcome. Also, wait, no, Girl November shouted her out. Okay. My bear's like, wait. Ooh, coffee! Summered pecan. Ooh. That sounds nice. "7 minutes till pizza." Pizza! Which, by the way, what kind of pizza is it? Ooh, deep dish. I usually like a crispy crust, so sometimes a deep dish can be a little too, soft for my liking. Although that depends on, you know, how well you bake it, I guess. But it still sounds good. Also, what are your choices? I didn't realize you were gonna do a minor as well. Which I honestly wish I did a minor along with my major. It's just that it would have taken me a little bit longer. Ooh, I'm always good for pepperoni. Ham and beef are also nice options. So that's very much sounds like a good pizza. Was trying. Yeah, no. I'm very much. Will be. Is that a thing you do? That is not my thing. I am personally not a mayo person. Mostly. My only exception are the McChicken sandwiches from McDonald's, which I have not had one of those in years. Ooh, garlic. It will be. I am for both of those choices. History is awesome, also so is psychology. 3 year or 4 years. That's more. To get the credit. Yeah, okay. That is awesome. Yay! Recommending to you. How British. That feels very, very British. Do 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 do. Yeah, I just saw the thing be really weird for a second, like it just. NGP might be good enough for the 3-year criminology. Whatever works for you. Agreed, yeah. So you at least save some time and money for that, because that is also much money. Do 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 do. Okay, we are getting there. Oh my god, today is just the day of raids. Hello, Saren! Thank you for that raid. How are you guys? Hello, hello, Sleeping Luna! Still Leonard. Wow, I'm gonna do the thing and just speak terribly. But how are you guys? How are you? How is your stream? Funny enough, Girl November literally just left. She'll be sad she probably just missed you. Thank you! I really do appreciate that. How are you guys? I hope all is well. I'm here just crocheting some hexagon, coasters out of some, some mercerized cotton yarn? Yep, all the familiar faces. Hope you've been well. I've been meaning to pop in your stream too. It's just been, we tend to stream on the same sort of schedule, so literally the only time I typically can catch you if I'm not busy is on my days off. Which is just like, that's not helpful. Because I think like at least a couple of people I would like to watch, I tend to be on the same sort of stream schedule, and it's just like, come on! But it is what it is sometimes. Alas. But what were you working on today? Also, anybody wondering, Serenadia does some really cool beaded S-Dragons, amongst other things, and is a very fun time to hang out in, so if you would like to check her out, totally feel free to hang out. Chainmail! Yay, chainmail! Yes, I was saying earlier, like twice, Happy St. Patrick's Day, that's why I'm wearing the green. Although, funny, I realized this kind of matches my shirt. And I've had this shirt since high school, as I was saying earlier. Which, this year I graduated high school 11 years ago, so this shirt is over a decade old. So, yeah. This is an old-ass shirt. Anyways, coming here for the first time. Yeah, it somehow does not have any holes. I don't know how I managed that. But it has no holes, so it works. And it's comfortable, so works for me. But yes, anyone who's not been here before, Serena Variedcast are way too many things. Those things including knitting, crocheting, spinning, i.e. turning floof into yarn, weaving on the rare occasion, chainmail, stuff like this, digital traditional art, and sometimes games. Sock Madness exists. We're in between rounds, but the specs just dropped, and it's the beaded sock, which, I was just like, why? Why are we doing the goddamn beaded socks? Why? Dragon scale. I actually done like 2 commission bracelets for this. It's been fun. These are steel. And then anodized aluminum for the rest of the rings. This is like one of my favorite things. I need to buy some more steel rings, that reminds me. Which I'll probably do that the next time I'm buying rings. Thank you. Which, speaking of, you can use that same pattern to... I think you might have seen these on Instagram, but... make the pine cones, which... I had been on the hunt for this pattern, and it's basically like doing that in the round, and it's really, really cool. Very much one of my favorite things. I'm thinking about adding these to the shop, if not as keychains, maybe as potentially ornaments? Like Christmas trees? Which these are both anodized aluminum, so a bit lighter than the steel would be. Which also, if you want to see, even tinier, which these are the tiny rings I had, made some progress keepers that are also in the shop right now. So, even small. This is the smallest I go with rings. The rings can go smaller, but I will not be going any smaller than that. No thanks. I like my eyesight, which is not perfect, but it doesn't suck yet. But yeah, I very much love that dragon scale weave. I keep trying to consider, like, what other weaves I want to try. Because that's one of those things where I'm, like, every so often trying to learn a new weave and see what I can do with it sort of thing. Because I've been doing that for, what, 2 years now? Almost 3, maybe? Somewhere in there. So, you know, I like to learn new stuffs. And yeah, beaded sock first round, but not terribly much beads. And I'm apparently getting much spam calls right now. My spam blocker is like buzzing at me like hell. Ooh, yeah, the closing is a bit of work. Ooh. I saw you had, the kit for the fidget thing, which... Do I have the... Because I have a fidget that Mrs. Mad Ronan given me, which I very much love that thing. I want to eventually make one of those at some point, since those are very, very cool. And I very much love them. Also, Tripping Crutch, thank you for the follow. Hope you are having a great day. There we are. My only sadness about chainmail is the fact that you kind of need a bunch of different rings, and if you're gonna do something, you kind of need a bunch of different colors for them, which I don't have the space for that much, so I only keep the 20. What is it? I think the AWG, the American Wire Gauge, for the 20s, and I think it's standard wire gauge I have for the 18s. 18s being these. So that's what I limit myself to for now. Also, excuse me, I think I have some, like, dust in my throat. Because I know my throat's not dry because I just had water, like, 10 minutes ago. Like, I have very much many crafts and almost no space. So it's just like... not allowed any more new crafts, like, at all. At least for now. Oh, okay, I was like, wait. Doos. Yeah, if I actually had, like, at least my own craft room, this is my bedroom, so, yeah. Not much space. Yay! Traveling day, I assume the battery will drop off on the- oh no. Hopefully not, but yeah. I can foresee that happening. Since they have everybody on teams, so... yeah. It's basically between now and this time Saturday, which I wouldn't be mad at. It was very weird that they dropped it in the middle of noon on Wednesday for the qualifier. It was very weird. Because it's usually like late in the evening or early in the afternoon they tend to have patterns appear. Although I've had it go. No, I usually have a tiny hook. Remember that 0.60mm hook? I prefer that method. Although I have tried the floss to, like, you know, go around and, like, pick it through, but I'm not personally fond of that. But that's just me. Ah, come on. You can do it. Do. And we are almost there. Which, for anybody wondering, I got these crochet hooks off of Amazon like a couple of weeks ago. Because I wanted to try some like cushioned crochet hooks. And I managed to snag this because it was on sale at the time for like $8, and it's a 12 hook set. So basically I have all the sizes. And it's very nice. Well, all the main sizes, rather. And I very much love it. And hilariously, I had seen that We Crochet has, like, 2 sets that are pretty much almost the same in, like, you know, the order of which the hooks have their colors. And it's, like, I think one set was, like, $80, and the We Crochet one, which is, like, an 8 hook set, that one was like $10, which that's fine, but it just amuses me that it's like pretty much the exact same set almost, and it was like I got it for $8. Thank you, Anemic Cat. Thank you for that follow. I appreciate you. Like, stuff like that makes you realize you don't have to buy the brand name for anything. No, you're fine! Lurking is completely fine. Hopefully you enjoyed hanging out here so far. Alright, so we have 1/3 of these in this. And what other yarn do I want to try? Because I have my Dishy here. Which... the Dishy I mainly use for dish towels, which I'm thinking of taking out these cabled ones. Thank you. This is, what is it? 24/7 cotton from Lion Brand. It's their color Pink Lemonade? Yeah, Pink Lemonade. So yeah, almost accurate. Arguably a little bit lighter than what the camera's showing, but pretty close in coloring. I do need to get some colors here of my yarn. Let's see. I could use some of this, maybe. Or... oh yeah, I have this little bit of orange. Yeah, that works. Hopefully that'll be enough. Come on! There we go. Oh wow, that is nothing like the color. This is Dishy and Clementine. This is nothing like this because I had to adjust for the stupid bright color. So I'm gonna need to readjust apparently to get this orange to look how it's supposed to look. But luckily I have the property thing open, so let's turn down the saturation. That might be why. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, yeah, it's just a saturation. Because the green wasn't showing how it's supposed to show. So I had to turn up the saturation a lot. Alright, so now that we have that, hopefully that'll be enough. We'll see. If not, then I'll probably make it the regular size, because I've been doing the extra round on these. So probably use a little more yarn in comparison to what the pattern calls for. But not terribly much. Yeah. Although, arguably, it's still a little bit too dark. It's actually lighter than this. So, let me actually turn down a little bit more now that I look at it. Closer to the middle. Come on. Yep, that's better. No worries. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you enjoy the sleeps if you get to that. Oh, so how are we doing on time? Oh. I should probably take a break again. Let me at least get this started and then I will take my break. Might do a wee bit of overtime. Alrighty. Very much enjoy your lurk and enjoy the pups. I very much appreciate you raiding. You must have had an early stream today. I realized I hadn't asked. Because normally, again, you and I are sync with our regular stream time, so must have an early stream. Come on. But yeah, you could definitely feel a difference between this and this, because again, because it's mercerized, I imagine there is definitely a textural difference between them. Also, let's put back that light purple that I have hanging out here. I want to make sure I do not lose a thing. Come on. Where are we? But yeah, time is just zooming by today. I can't believe I'm at like 2.5 hours. But yes, if anybody wants this pattern, feel free to do !pattern. You will get a direct link to it. It is a free pattern. So definitely feel free to try your hand at it if you would like. There are both written instructions and a video. I have personally not tried the video, but the written instructions are very, very good. At least from what I know of crochet. Because I arguably do more knitting than I crochet, but I learned to crochet first. But I never really read patterns terribly much. I can read some, but not a ton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Also, the orange arguably fits with the rest of my color scheme going on here. Also, if anybody wants to check me out in any of the various places, like my Etsy shop, YouTube, Instagrams, because I have one for the crafty stuff and also one for art stuff. So if you feel like checking me out there, feel free to check out the Linktree link that is available right there. Also, let me put this down before I just continue to go around, because these go pretty quickly. Like, if you're not, if you don't mess up or anything, you can make one of these in like an hour, so it's a nice quick project. And I'm gonna go take my break like I said I would, and I'll be right back in about 10 minutes. Totally feel free to play the drop or the Plinko game. Alright, I should be good. There we go. Hello. Alright, we should be here. Lighting looks alright. Might have to plug in the lamp by the time this is over, but we should be fine. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the break. Had myself a small snack, so I'm probably gonna have dinner not terribly long after I'm done, so I don't want to eat too much. Thank you! What color did you choose for your socks? I'm probably gonna go with the solid color, because I don't think I have, like, enough of a tonal. To use for any of them. Ooh, chicken fajitas. Probably the usual leftovers that we have, because I usually just, like, make a big thing of dinner on Sunday and then, distribute it through the rest of the week until Friday. So, some chicken, some... what's its face? Chicken, some rice and beans, and some vegetables. But chicken fajitas sounds pretty good. Yeah, it just makes life easier. So I'm going to be like, hey, what are we going to cook for dinner? Usually the only time we have to care about that is... Ooh, serpent! That's gonna look pretty. Because it looks like pretty much almost any yarn should work with that, based on what they said. So that should come out really nice. Hello, plane! But you guys probably heard that. Because planes, especially, once it starts getting warmer again, tend to fly over here a bit. Which, that makes doing YouTube stuff very much annoying. Although, usually, if it's not that, it's usually the heat coming on. Which is also unhelpful, because it's an annoying background sound. Yeah, I do not have terribly much in the way of choices. I think I might use that blue Cascade yarn, I'm thinking. Probably gonna go with that blue Cascade yarn, the royal color. That, or I could use the rose multicolor that I have from them as well, but I think I might just go with the blue. Because rose is like somewhat close to the other color I just used for the other socks, so I'm like, nah. Yeah, I have a couple of different colors. I should have grabbed that, but I have quite a couple of seed beads, which they didn't specify. Yeah, they didn't specify which color it was. Let me check, but I don't think they said they use what size seed beads, unless I missed it. Nope, they said 6 or 8, which I think the ones I have are the 8. I have to double check. I bought these last year, so they're pretty tiny. But if not those, I have a bit of 8. I think 6 is bigger, I think. Because I'm not used to using seed beads, but I'm pretty sure that the 6 is bigger, although... Wait, yeah, I'm definitely right, because I know there's like an 11/0, and those are tinier than the 8. But I don't think there's too much of a difference between the 8 and the 6. Alright, let's see. Orders. This was probably last year. Da-da-da. I was just looking at this yesterday for mathing out stuff for taxes, because I was like, which things did I purchase on my card that I get my stream money from? That was like a good 2 hours of me like sitting here going like, where did this come from? And where did I purchase that from? And oh my god. It was annoying. But at least it's done. Come on. Where are we? One of these. I think it is. Oh, those are the 8. Those are 8s. Damn it. Oh wait, no, I'm fine. Those are 8s. Yeah, 6 or 8s. So 8s are the tiny ones. Because I have 18 different colors in that thing, so I have choices. Which, once I finish this round, I'll grab them. Also, this light's looking a little bit dim. I might need to plug it in. Yeah, it definitely is looking a little bit dim on camera. Let me see. I brought the thing over here just for that reason. So, let me put you guys on the Be Right Back screen for just a moment. So I can move this without you guys having to deal with that. Alright, and then that, and then move this back here. So I'm gonna plug it directly into the box that's hanging out right here. Which, this is why I'm glad the USB box has... Well, the USB box. The cable box has a USB port that I can do this. Okay, come on. Come on. Why won't you do the thing? Alright, I think that's better. Let's see. Let's see. It looks the same, but it did turn down the brightness, but let's see. Let me turn up the brightness just a smidge here. Alright, that's good. I just don't want it to be too dark on your side, is all. But yeah, either way we should be good for the next... How long I said? I said like 15, so next half hour. At most. Nope. How did I skip that? So I think, given the raids that we got in today, I'm probably gonna have to find someone we can go send the love forward to, because usually when I get raided I try to send it forward to another lovely community. So probably in like 20 minutes or so, I'm probably gonna start looking to see who we can go raid. Which there should be at least a couple of crafty people hanging about. It's usually only the weekend that I typically have sometimes an issue of finding anyone who's on at my time, based on who I follow. Do. Alright, so I have about 2 rounds left of this, which should not take me terribly long. And it looks like I definitely should have more than enough yarn for this, at least based on what I'm looking at right now, so that's definitely helpful in the figuring out how much yarn I need to have for each one of these. But if we do run into yarn chicken, I probably will keep it at the size that the pattern calls for. Okay, is this thing not? It really does look dark, unless... Come on, let's do this. Yeah, because it's just like, it's like dark. It's driving me nuts. That went in properly. There it is. Ha! That's better. Because, like, it's supposed to be brighter than that when I plug it in. That's much better. And now I can actually see. But it also means I probably need to turn down this gain just a wee bit. So it's not stupid bright. Okay, that's good. That should be good. I might see if I can work on the sweater later on in the evening. Although I'm probably not going to have time for the podcast, but gonna be hanging out with the boyfriend for a bit, virtually speaking. Because it's our 1 year, and it's like, yay! Oh, alrighty. Nice to see you, Chatty. Also, this looks weird. Did I do... Yeah. Are you kidding me? I missed a chain too. Right here. How did I do that? And that's like right in the beginning. How in the actual... But thank you for hanging out. Also, thank you for the host. I very much appreciate it. You have a great rest of your Thursday. I was like, something looks weird. Let's see, though. Yeah, that actually was just more of, I only needed to chain one more time. Alright. This is the second time I've done that. How in the hell? Although I know that probably wasn't terrible, but if I can fix it, I will go back and fix it. Especially given the whole, hey, this is a lot easier to go back on. My brain is trying to come up with things to talk about, which... Do you guys know, let's see, I think... At least some Disney employees are doing a walkout given, the whole Florida law business and Disney's highly flip-flop non-committal response. Like, I think as of Tuesday, they're, like, doing, like, smaller stuff up to, like, a huger thing as of next week Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So, basically, you know, it would probably be helpful if you boycott all their stuff, which... Given Disney has their hands in a lot, so things like, you know, Hulu, because they have that, Disney Plus, which hilariously I was like, I'm gonna go watch these things on Disney Plus, and I was like, nope, that can wait, because it's only at least a couple of movies. Let's see, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. I still haven't watched that. I will get to that eventually. Let's see, Seeing Red. Also, what's the other one? I've seen Encanto. And I'm getting emails, and my watch is vibrating at me about it. Okay, not a ton. Yay. Because usually it's this time of the day, I just get all the emails and the watch is just like, hi, hello, you have like 20 different emails. It's like, cool, okay, thanks. I mean, I said it that way so I'd be able to get notified. But sometimes it's a bit annoying. But especially with Sock Madness, I usually prefer to keep it on, so, you know, the soonest I know when something's happening, the better. Alright, so we have fixed that area. There we go. Do. But getting back to the Disney, I am honestly not surprised. Their company, they don't mind profiting off of LGBT, but, you know, not exactly the best, to put it mildly, at, you know, coming to their defense. So it's just like, I am not shocked at all. And they're like, oh, we only put a pause based on what they're saying about donating to, I don't recall the company, but that company, you know, or whatever they're donating to is, you know, not LGBT supportive. So it's mildly irritating to understate, to have them just be like, oh, we're just gonna pause. It's like, how about you never donate to them again? But, you know, they like to have all the allies, I suppose. So, although I'm not exactly happy with Florida in general, although I can't tell you the last time I've ever been happy about Florida. Let's be real here. No offense to anyone who lives in Florida, but yeah, the politics side has much to be desired. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I'm just like trying to be very, very tactful in what I say, but it's just like, trying very hard. How goes the homework? Also, how did the midterm go? I don't think I asked that. If I recall, I think the midterm was this Tuesday. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's see. How are we doing with this round? Okay, 2 more sections. And then 1 more round after this, and we shall be done with this one. Probably, at least not on stream, start another one, but I might work on these after stream, if I don't just switch to the sweater. Which, it's like one of these in an hour, which that's actually pretty good. If I did them the regular size, it'd probably be shorter than that. Come on. Thank you. Thank you for coming with the raid. Hopefully you have a good rest of your Thursday. And hopefully I will see you around if I can somehow magically catch one of Serenadia's streams at some point. Valentine! Hello! Thank you for that raid. How are you? Hopefully Thursday is treating you well. I am making this hexagon coaster out of some crochet yarn, which this is a free pattern that I got off of Pinterest. Which we made a couple of these as I tried some Lion Brand yarn. I wanted to say Red Heart and I'm like, no, it's not Red Heart. But does Red Heart even have some cotton yarn? I don't believe they do. At least not fully cotton, anyway. To my recollection. Also, if I want to add a frame, totally feel free to tell me that, because that is a thing. Especially when I'm crocheting, I want her out of frame. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I know they might have some like partially cotton, but they definitely tend to be more of the acrylic and acrylic adjacent sort of yarn, which there's not a problem with that. I have a good chunk of acrylic yarn in that basket that is over there that normally resides in this chair when I'm not streaming. But yeah, they definitely don't do the cotton and that sort of thing. Do. Okay, how are we doing on time? Alright, yeah, I definitely should be able to, barring anything. Yeah, the scrubby yarn is, I think, polyester. Because I've looked at that as a thing I could possibly use for scrubbies, but it's just like, I'm like, nah. Because the one that I currently use for scrubbies is 100% cotton, but also, the only place I can get it from is Joann's, which is a pain. Because I don't have one, like, I can get nearby me. So, I literally have to go there in person, which, you know, is a bit... I have to get it online, which is a bit more costly, so... I hate it. Also, to discontinue one of the colors I used, so I'm extra annoyed. So, there's that. Yep. Pretty much the same for me. Although I have not stepped in my Michaels in a very long time, like since before everything went into hell in a handbasket. So about 3 years ago now. But yeah. That pretty much sums it up for me too. In the way of getting yarn locally, which is annoying. Unless there's like some, you know, yarn shops that are here locally I don't know about, but I highly doubt it. Yay! That helps. And yeah, that's also a thing, it's just the... I sometimes can't do that, so I'm just like, let me just order it and get it in front of me. But yeah, so you don't have to hang out inside the place for too long. Alright. We're getting there. I'm more than halfway there. So, should be done in like another... about 10 minutes with this. Laundry. He did that the other day. Tuesday, actually, while I was streaming, so yeah. Ugh. I'm glad I don't have to do that again anytime soon. Unless suddenly there's like a load of like light colored clothes that needs to get washed. To which I'll be very annoyed. Laundry is not my jam, although we do have 2 gifts for laundry. Which I keep meaning to add more gifts because I have ideas for gifts, but I just haven't sat down and gotten them yet, which is the problem. Because, you know, in the matter of everything, it's just, not enough time to do everything. The only thing with the 24/7, I don't think they have like multi-colors like Dishy does. That's my only thing about it. Although, arguably, if you have, like, small scraps, you could also make, like, scrappy stuff like, say, this or dish towels or whatever the case may have you, so that's also a possibility. So, meh. Come on. Also, let's stop wandering out of camera. That would be great. 'Cause I just keep going down here. It's like, the camera's up here. Stop going down here. Also, I still have a good bit of yarn. I might be able to make another one of these. Which is good. I thought I might not have enough, but given I don't know how much yardage it takes for one of these, I was not terribly sure on that. But I'm guessing it's not a ton, even though I am doing slightly larger than what the original pattern calls for. Because you can kind of tell based on the increases what you need to do, basically, and it's just like, it just goes from there. Alright, and one last stitch, and there we go. We have this. Ta-da! Whee! There we go. So we made 3 of these in 3 hours. So that's a good pace for me right now. Also, I'm gonna go see who's around. Oh, my nose. Why is my nose doing this? Yes, speaking of Michaels, now that I mentioned them, they're like, hey, let's just email you. It's like, cool. I'm not buying anything from you right now. You have fun. Alright, and let's see. Who's around here? Alright. Oh, Torno Cells is on. Hair Fair's on. Been a while. Let's see. Who else in the Yarny section? KB. Although we rated her the other day. Alright. And Japan. Alright, so we have a couple of choices. So, let's see. I kind of want to go to Tournusol because I very much enjoy hanging out there. She's a milliner, she makes hats, she sews. It's very cool. Alright. Depends on Lumi Celine. She might be doing some what's its face? Cross stitch. Because that's one of the things not really in my wheelhouse. It is very cool, just not one of those things in my personal wheelhouse. I am not terribly far up in the sewing sort of things. I can just do passable sewing, so I very much admire anyone who does anything in that realm. Alright, blah blah blah, ads. Oh yeah, she's doing some... Yep, she's doing some cross-stitch. It's really cool cross-stitch. We will see. Oh, she's making some scrunchies. Ah, I just opened the thing and now it's just like, hi, you have mail, stop. For fudge sakes. Anyway. I love I'm censoring myself now, even though I swore at least a couple of times. Oh well. But I very much appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Like, it has been very awesome of you all. Very much all the follows and the raids. Today has been pretty eventful. I was not expecting this because today I figured it'd be like a quiet, chill day, but I very much appreciate all the hype. You guys are seriously awesome. Let's go to the face cam since I'm no longer crafting for now, because if I start another one of these, I will be here for a bit. So, let's see. Plus my brain is like, not sure if I can do the talking right now. So, yeah. Alright, so I think I'm set to go on Tournusol, which, she goes by Brooke. You can call her Tor, Sol, wherever may have you. Again, she's a milliner. Milliner being, like, she professionally makes hats. It's insane the stuff she makes. Also, again, sewing. Which both very, very fun things. Let's see. Tor. I'm gonna preemptively open her thing so we can get through the 30-second ad that will appear inevitably now that I've mentioned it. Because Twitch. Anyhow. Let's see. Where are we? Awkwardish Panda, if you're still here, thank you very much for the raid. Lily, Tree... Oh, Tree Moker. I read it as Tree Maker earlier. Sorry. It's Aqui, Maya, New Bold One, Higgs, Tripping Crutch, Anemic Cat, and Valentine. Thank also Serenade for the raid as well. I very much appreciate you guys. Also, thank you guys for the hosts. I know at least a couple of you have hosted. I don't have the list on top of me because, you know, Twitch stopped making that available because Twitch is dumb. But I very much appreciate you all. There we go. I will be back again on Saturday. We will likely be doing the Sock Madness sock. So I will probably be very much screaming about beads. Although it's not a ton of beads, but I will likely be miffed at having to do some beading. Knowing me. So, very much, if any of you guys like to come along with this raid here, which I will be setting up, which, let me type in the things. Also, everyone have a great rest of your day. Also, enjoy the rest of your St. Patrick's Day if you are celebrating. And I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hopefully all the things with the cat goes well tomorrow. I hope Waffles is all good. Alright, so raid is set up. If you would like to join the raid, feel free to copy one of these raid calls, which I have one for non-subs and one for subs, which you're not required to sub to be here, but I figured I'd at least have, you know, a raid call for both subs and non-subs available. So I'm gonna be putting myself on the end screen for a moment, and then we will head over there. There we go.